So you've just missed the cobbled pit as I rode out of Ollantaytambo this morning. But here we are, another beautiful day in Peru. We've got a lovely ride ahead as we head up the Sacred Valley all the way to Cusco. So we're just buying ourselves a little bit of room. So the interesting thing about the Sacred Valley for me is the way that the lower parts of the mountains on the left are terraced. It's the way that the Incas would have farmed the valley, creating the terraces you see that go up the mountainside a little bit, like the one there to my right. But it's been a good day off, had a really productive day, got a lot of work done while the guys went out to Machu Picchu. But it's nice to get back in the saddle, even if today is just 55 miles. Not exactly a long ride by any stretch. But it's a nice ride up the Sacred Valley to Cusco, where we're also staying for 2 nights. See how well cultivated excuse me, this valley is. The altitude's still having an effect on me a little bit. But here's a good example of these terraced hills off to the left. Still farmed to some extent in the traditional way, but those terraces date back all the way back to the Inca Empire. Ollantaytambo, which we just left, was one of the few places where the Incas were able to fight off the Spanish. Okay, so I'll try not to cough too much. I'm starting to sound like Bob Fleming from the Fast Show. Okay, so we're riding up the Sacred Valley, and as you can see, there's a lot of agriculture goes on here. The ground is very fertile. Gives you an inkling of Peruvian life. We're taking it really steady today because it's only 9:30 and I've got 40 miles to go, so I'm going to be in Cusco and at the hotel way too early for it to be open, but still be nice to change and go and have a look around the city. The smells are incredible. But we're still plagued with the curse of the speed hump. Absolutely everywhere. It's horrible little bumps. Snitty to the corn man. So there you go. That's a little flavour for what the Sacred Valley is like at this part. Okay, so we're just going through this little town, and all these school kids just came out of a side street, and they're all walking along in their uniforms and the hats, following behind something. There's a police waved me on. I want to see these statues as well, it's quite interesting. The Spanish with the big nose. Well, there you go, that was quite interesting. Not quite sure what was going on there, but interesting nonetheless. Okay, so we'll crack on up the valley. See what else we can see. Okay, so now we're climbing out of the Sacred Valley, just the town of Pisac at the bottom there. But you can clearly see on the hillside the terracing that I was talking about earlier. The terracing all the way up the hillside, right the way up. Clear sign of Inca settlements and Inca agricultural capabilities. So now we're heading a little bit upwards. We're only 19 miles from final destination, so it's a really short day today. Just find the difficulty with a short day is it's actually sometimes harder to concentrate on a short day than it is on a long one. You know you're going to be at your destination soon, but concentration is essential. See on this hill here, even more ancient terracing. Just beautiful. Okay, so welcome back to our trip from Ollantaytambo to Cusco. We're now out of the Sacred Valley. We've climbed up the hill, far end of it, and once again we're at a little bit of altitude, I think. See the hamlets dotted across the hillsides all around, and once again we've got that sort of spectacular view from horizon to horizon. Mountains everywhere. You can also tell we're in tourist central now because there's a lot more tourist traffic, a lot more tourist buses. But there's also roadside sellers selling you everything from little rag dolls dressed as traditional Peruvian clothes to stuffed llamas. Fortunately, being on a bike, I can't buy any of them to take home. There's no room. And we're back in the land of crap and rubbish everywhere, which is very disappointing. But the rest of it's beautiful.